This team is going to win a title this year.
They're going to give nothing to Miami. They're going to have to earn it.
They've had their share of playoff battles together. James with one of the easiest shots he's had. What a pass and an easy layup. Blocked by James. Drives down to the basket, puts it in. Miami takes game one of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Clearly whacked. That's clearly a foul. What holes are you guys exploiting in this defense?
Them complaining and crying to referees in transition.
Offensive foul. James drives, kicks it out, deflected to Haslam. Haslam puts it up with a buzzer. Overtime here in game 4. Offensive foul on LeBron James.
If I'm gonna foul out, that's 6 foul, whatever.
Try to make a play, a one-on-one play.
Wade looks up, head fake.
We got a clean look at it.
Puts up a 3 for the win. No good. Celtics win it.
They just decided they didn't want to go in tonight.
And the conference final is tied at 2 games apiece. Pierce for 3. It's good. Paul Pierce from way downtown. A huge win on the road as Miami now 1 loss away from elimination.
It's a loss, and that's all it is.
Well, we got to win the next game.
James has an every night pressure that no one else has.
James on the run, gets inside, count it, and 1. Difficult shot from James, gets it to go. James for 3, puts it in. A 30-point first half. What a great start for LeBron James. He is knocking down everything. James tries again and puts it in. He is having one of those special nights right now. Turns, little jump hook, won't go. James comes flying in and throws it down. Falling away, gets that to go off the glass. James for 3, does it again, 39 points. James turnaround jumper, drills it. He has been dazzling so far. The TD Garden has grown very quiet. LeBron James in the Heat right now, putting on a clinic. It's time to head back to Miami. A game 7, do or die.
Here's what Sports Nation thinks about who will win tonight's game, and the Heat running away with this thing. Besides 5 states in New England, including the state of Massachusetts. Most people, over 216,000 people voting, believe it will be the home team to close this thing out.
James has an every night pressure that no one else has.
A 30-point first half.
LeBron, he had a game.
He is knocking down everything.
It was absolutely sensational.
This is an incredible performance.
He was locked in like I've never seen him before.
He's got 45.
I hope now you guys can stop talking about LeBron and that he doesn't play in big games. He's pretty good tonight. We can go ahead and play game 7.
Game 7 is, what more can you ask for?
This is what NBA basketball is about.
I won't regret game 7.
Let's all hang out. You're on the road, hostile environment.
Looking forward to game 7. See y'all in Miami.
Well, the 4th Game 7 of the NBA playoffs this season is here in beautiful Miami, where the sun is out, hours away from tip-off at American Airlines Arena. The Eastern Conference Finals, the Heat and the Celtics. The Heat marketing department has labeled this game Defend This House. I have 3 other words. Winner takes all. Welcome to Miami. Kevin Nagani alongside my esteemed colleague, Rachel Nichols. And they've been here before, the Miami Heat, just 2 nights ago, facing elimination. This is now their first.
Hysteria.
Madness, hype. This is now their first Game 7 for the Big 3. How are they preparing for tonight's game?
A lot of ice. They didn't even get back from Boston until after 4 a.m. after Game 6. Coach Eric Spoelstra gave the team the day off from an official practice, although most guys came in, got in a little workout, some rehab, and just sort of, work their shot a little bit. But they will shoot around this morning, get their game plan back together. That's all the physical stuff. The mental aspect, well, they feel like they've been preparing for this for 2 years. You have to remember that since these guys all got to Miami, the expectations have been crazy. The pressure has been crazy. The criticism has been crazy. So the fact that they have everything on the line, again, in a Game 7, and the pressure, expectations, and criticism have been crazy, and that everyone's saying, hey, fire the coach, break up the Big 3 if they don't get to the finals again. Well, they say they feel prepared. Take a listen to Eric Spoelstra yesterday.
We don't get caught up in the ups and downs and the roller coaster ride of it. The guys have built up a resiliency and a mental toughness just to stay the course and stay focused. They don't get too low. too jittery or anything. I mean, if anything, the big lights or moments like last night or moments like tomorrow, those are the ones that these guys froth at the mouth for. You know, they clamor for those more than the less than normal moments.
In fact, Chris Bosh came out the other day and said, I like a little pressure situation. I like the intensity on us, and certainly he will be a key part of tonight's game. He's been able to play a little bit more each of the last 2 games, and they expect him to do a little bit more tonight. Played 28 in Game 6. He's closer to usually 36 minutes usually, so hopefully they can work him back into there. This entire playoffs, every member of the Heat, from LeBron to Dwayne Wade, all the way on down, has talked about Bosh as their most important player, not because he's by any means their best player, but because of the spacing he allows all the other guys to get on the floor, the shooting threat he is at that 7-foot spot. The Celtics had so much, they made so much hay, really, being able to have Kevin Garnett roam around, have a defender sag onto Dwayne Wade in those early games. With Bosh, they really weren't able to do that in Game 6. It's going to be key tonight.
The key also is stopping LeBron James. 45 points and 15 rebounds and 5 assists. How are they approaching the Celtics in defending LeBron and defending this Heat offense with LeBron working those isolation plays?
Well, you got to love Doc Rivers, right? He just came out and said, you know, if LeBron goes out and scores 45 points again and does what he does, he said, we're not going to win that game. So they're not expecting that to happen. They certainly are hoping that doesn't happen. You got to just raise the white flag at that point, which is, I think, kind of what happened in Game 6, right? But they do want their defense to be better all the way around. They felt like the effort, the tenacity that this Celtics team has shown over the years, it just wasn't there in Game 6, and that Doc Rivers felt that they left so much out on the table that if they come today and play, as he put, within themselves, they don't have to do anything special. They don't have to create some whole new game plan for LeBron. If they come and play the kind of Celtics basketball that got them here, then he feels that they'll have a pretty good chance tonight. And certainly this group, it's not their first rodeo either. We were talking about the mental toughness of the Heat. This group knows how to play in pressure situations. Hopefully, it'll be an epic battle tonight.
In Game 7's the big 3, they are 4-2, but 0-1 on the road as the home team. Overall in Game 7's historically 88-22. That is an 80% clip. SportsCenter's coverage of the Eastern Conference Finals will continue all morning and afternoon long. I'm Kevin Agani alongside Rachel Nichols. Let's go back to the studio.
Here's a closer look at Game 7s for these two teams in their histories. Just 5 games for the Heat versus 28 for the Celtics, who've won 21 of those. On the road, the Celtics, a 500 team in Game 7s, which is actually pretty good, as you heard Kevin say, considering the home team historically wins 80% of Game 7s. The Heat, just a 500 team in Game 7s at home.